In the vast, lightless void where sunlight cannot reach, a solitary traveler glides silently. This isn't a crude spacecraft or a probe with a return goal. It is Voyager 2, humanity's decades-old envoy, launched nearly 50 years ago. To many, its crossing beyond the solar system's edge marked it as merely a quiet observer, sending back distant whispers from the cosmos. However, something significant has occurred. Voyager 2 has encountered an anomaly that was never anticipated to be there. For years, its journey through interstellar space was uneventful, consisting merely of measurements on particles, magnetic fields, and enduring silence. Then, suddenly, that silence shattered. An intentional motion emerged from the shadows, a movement with purpose. Scientists on Earth decoding Voyager 2's unusual data began to speculate a chilling possibility. A fear long buried in our imaginations might be coming true. Voyager 2 had already passed Neptune, Pluto, and crossed the unpredictable boundary of the heliopause, where the sun's influence dissipates. It was expected to drift languidly, gathering trivial data on cosmic dust and radiation. Instead, it picked up motion that defied mere coincidence. Initially, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory registered a subtle spike in plasma wave readings, lasting only seconds, easily overlooked as interference or system degradation. However, this signal repeated, becoming increasingly stronger. It exhibited a pattern, a rhythm. This was no random event. Upon cleaning the data, the truth emerged. An object approximately 500,000 kilometers away was moving at a velocity no known celestial body in that vicinity should possess. No asteroids, rogue planets, or expected comets were present. Yet, this object was not drifting aimlessly. It was deliberately following Voyager's course, adjusting its speed as if to shadow the probe. The image formed was that of a predator stalking its prey, close enough to observe yet distant enough to remain unseen. NASA reached out to independent astronomers and military observers. All confirmed that it wasn't a system malfunction. The plasma readings, shifts in magnetic fields, and subtle gyro anomalies each pointed to one distressing conclusion. Voyager 2 had an unexpected companion. And this companion might not be benevolent. The most alarming discovery stemmed from something Voyager transmitted unexpectedly, a radio frequency burst hidden amidst its usual data. The probe wasn't programmed to send this, yet it did. Within this burst was a segment of binary code which, when visualized, exhibited systematic patterns, shapes resembling spirals, loops, and intersecting lines. While some likened them to crop circles, others saw reflections of ancient human symbols. Linguists and astrophysicists analyzed the data, discovering it matched the structure of an intentional communication. It did not originate from Voyager but from something else, something that had intertwined itself into the signal. Whether this message was intended as a greeting, a warning, or something more foreboding remained uncertain. Yet it was clear. Voyager 2 was no longer alone, and whatever it encountered, or whatever encountered it, was aware of humanity. Discussions within the scientific community sharply divided. Some regarded this as the long-sought evidence of extraterrestrial life. Others perceived it as a sign of surveillance or perhaps the onset of something far worse. The timing of the discovery only heightened the anxiety. Just months prior, Voyager 1 had recorded a similar anomaly in the same region, dismissed at that time as mere static. With this new evidence emerging, earlier readings were being re-evaluated, revealing a darker reality. Something has been observing us for longer than we realized. As Voyager 2 continued transmitting data, the Deep Space Network intercepted a stream of bizarre electromagnetic readings. The patterns were unprecedented, oscillations with mathematically precise structures. It appeared as though the universe's most abundant element had been purposefully recoded. When the signal path was matched to Voyager 2's trajectory, the object's movement adjusted in sync. It actively tracked the probe. A deeper investigation uncovered something even more unsettling. Data from the decades-old Voyager 1, when revised with modern AI, revealed a nearly identical signal in the same region. This was no mere coincidence. Simulations of the object's motion failed to conform to known physical laws. It altered its trajectory unnaturally, as if bending spacetime itself to remain hidden. It could speed up and slow down at will, staying just out of optical detection, moving in response to Voyager's transmissions. It was listening. Or hiding. Or possibly both. This phantom pulse suggested the phenomenon wasn't isolated. It spanned across vast distances, as though the object could extend its presence far beyond its immediate vicinity. This behavior was neither random nor chaotic. It appeared systematic and strategic, almost engineered to stay unnoticed until humanity was ready to comprehend it. And now, as artificial intelligence and quantum decoding matured on Earth, it chose this moment to communicate. Governments acted swiftly, enforcing blackouts, closing private observatories, and discreetly withdrawing certain AI researchers from their projects. Behind closed doors, the critical question was no longer what the object might be, but why now? Voyager 2 had transcended the role of a mere messenger. It had become a catalyst, its revelations shattering the illusion of our isolation. The moving object, the mirrored signals, the cryptic glyphs, all existed beyond our scientific understanding. Something is out there, not in a far-off galaxy, but close, observing and waiting. And perhaps most disturbingly, it chose this moment to respond. The question now shifts from whether we are alone to what we have unknowingly awakened. The next signal may arrive at any time. When it does, it may not only transform our perception of the universe, it could redefine what it means to be human. While exploring ancient NASA archives, an intern stumbled upon decades-old telemetry from Voyager 1. Examining this alongside recently collected data from Voyager 2 revealed an alarming correlation. In the same region of interstellar space, Voyager 1 encountered a brief anomaly closely resembling Voyager 2's recent event, even though decades separated them. Initially, this disruption was brushed aside as mere static. However, it now appeared to signify a potential first contact. Scientists revisited the Voyager 1 logs and employed modern AI decoding tools on the distortions. The waveform matched the current event nearly perfectly, indicating that this alignment was no coincidence. Something in the emptiness had interacted with both probes. The unsettling implication emerged. We had likely been noticed before. By utilizing precise modeling, the team tracked the anomaly's movement. Contrary to predictable gravitational arcs typical of comets or asteroids, its trajectory exhibited an unnatural bend, suggesting warped spacetime cloaked its presence. Every simulation struggled to replicate its path with known physics. Adding to the concern, this object demonstrated the ability to accelerate and decelerate at will, staying just beyond conventional optical detection. NASA scientists characterized its behavior as reactive, responding solely to Voyager's transmissions. This raised a chilling possibility. Had Voyager 2 inadvertently provoked the entity instead of merely discovering it? Despite remaining invisible, Voyager 2's magnetometer detected sharp, rapid fluctuations in magnetic fields, indicating manipulation of electromagnetic energy. This sparked conspiracy theories worldwide, suggesting contact with interstellar intelligence. A leak from a former JPL engineer described the anomaly's field patterns resembling torus-shaped distortions, akin to those predicted for hypothetical Alcubierre warp drives. Voyager might have encountered something capable of folding space. The energy surges continued to grow, each pulse resonating with a single truth: we are not alone. On Earth, radio telescopes in Chile, Australia, and South Africa picked up faint but repetitive echoes of the same distorted frequency recorded by Voyager 2. These signals were buried in cosmic background noise yet pulsed in perfect sync with the probe's transmission timing. It was as if something out there mirrored Voyager 2's activities. Analysts dubbed it the phantom pulse. Attempts at triangulation fell short, but it became evident that this was no isolated phenomenon. Whatever lurked in the void could project its presence across immense distances simultaneously. The pattern appeared intelligent and purposeful, designed to be acknowledged only when humanity was ready for understanding. In classified discussions, the focus shifted from, "What is it?" to, "Why now?" Voyager 2 had traveled quietly for almost 50 years, expected to blend into cosmic background noise. Yet at the moment artificial intelligence and quantum decoding advanced on Earth, the anomaly chose to respond. Some speculated that it had been silently observing, waiting for human technology to progress before revealing itself. Governments initiated media blackouts, closed private observatories, and removed AI researchers from projects without explanation. Behind closed doors, one question prevailed. Did Voyager 2 trigger first contact or awaken something humanity was never meant to uncover? Voyager 2 transcended its role as merely a messenger from Earth. It became a catalyst for a revelation that dismantled the notion of cosmic solitude. The enigmatic moving structure, the mirrored transmissions, and the encoded frequencies, none conformed to human scientific understanding. Something was lurking not in a distant galaxy but within the shadows of our own solar system. Watching. Waiting. The most chilling detail. They chose this precise moment to respond. Not during launch or at Neptune's passage, but at this moment, when we finally possess the tools to comprehend. The question is no longer if we are alone. The real question is, what have we just awakened? This story continues. The next signal could come at any instant, and the next discovery may transform our understanding.